Today is Sunday, January 6th, 2019, and there's another cold day here in Betanzos. You can see the sun in the background, but it's still, don't let that fool you. Today is a cold day. But anyways, you guys, today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I wanted to touch more of a personal subject to us, a little bit more of a thing and or a reason why we moved to Spain. You see, today's video is gonna be more about mental illness. You see, mental illness is a huge thing. It's been talked about in the news, social media. You probably have friends or family members that are close to you that have dealt with mental illness. And what I mean by that, it can be any kind of mental illness, and especially the mental illness that I'm talking to you about. And the reason why we moved to Spain is because my father-in-law, who lives here in Spain, who lived all his life in different countries. He's lived in Sweden, he's lived in Nicaragua, he's lived in Spain. He has a mental illness, and his mental illness is dementia. It was diagnosed a couple years back. He didn't really take care of that illness, and it kind of just spiraled downhill after that. And you know, it's a touchy subject because, you know, it's sad to see a person that has that illness change so drastically over time. And just in a matter of months, he went from being a perfectly like healthy man, and you know, to just being somebody that forgets who you are, looks at you and just doesn't know who you are anymore. So like I was telling you guys before, we came to Spain because my wife received news that her dad was really ill, and he was living in Nicaragua during that time, but he decided to move to Spain. And keep in mind that he has two kids. One is like 13 now.
She's 13 now, yes. And he's 15 now. And so
about
2 years ago they were -2.
Yeah, and so he was alone living with them, and they told her, you know what, your dad's really bad. He's losing track of time, track of, you know, keeping what money is, what the worth of money is, or anything, or even personal hygiene, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, you need to come, or else they're gonna leave him on the street because he can no longer take care of the kids. So the government's gonna take away the kids from him. And it's a long story. It's just, you know, we want to keep it short, but. We decided to talk, we and my wife, we were talking. She was like, you know, I want to go see my dad. I haven't seen him in over, what, like 8 years, something like that. You haven't seen him. I never met him. He never came to our wedding because he couldn't, you know, the U.S. laws. You guys would already know how the laws are in the U.S. And then so we were like, you know what, it's the perfect time for him to meet his grandkids and me, because you know, this illness, if it keep getting worse, he's gonna forget who we are. He's gonna forget who I am, who the kids are. And it's just better now that he still has kind of a bit of a memory. He knows exactly what's going on. So I wanted my wife to kind of just be here with me in the video, because I want you to hear how like, from her point of view, how you know how bad it is, or how, I guess how difficult it is to be dealing with that, but how you can overcome, you know, with that emotion, with that pain of seeing your loved one go through that, you know, that change, that drastically change. That I was just, you know, me and my wife were talking a couple of days ago. It's just sad to see that her dad was perfectly fine, you know.
A year ago.
Yeah, he was fine. We have a video where he was eating chocolate and churros with us. We went to the feria with him. We went all over with him. We went to Santiago de Compostela with him. We did a lot of things with him. And now we see him and we don't want to put him in the video for, you know, private reasons, but now we see him, and it's just...
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because not even that long ago, like in summer, I remember, you know, they have a little park in the back of this area, like in the residency, and I took him out with the kids, and he was like running around with the kids. That was like July, and now in September, then he's just, you know, stopped walking. He couldn't walk anymore. He had problems walking, so he had to be in the wheelchair. And after that, like I say, November, yeah, he just went down.
And in November,
we took him twice to the ER because he was really bad with high fevers and just problems that are coming. And it's hard. It's hard. Me as a daughter, like having this mentality of seeing, or the memories having your dad, you know, that person that was always there for you when you were growing up, like, you know, that parent, and then see him like this. It's just really hard. And I guess the only trait that I have, one is God, and two is my family. It's really hard. Like seriously, I don't desire this, or I don't wish this for anyone to be like to go through, because it's hard. It's hard. They say, oh, it's hard when you see them and they don't remember you. I don't think that's the hard part. Like him not remembering me, because I do remember him. I think the hard part is
But
seeing that person that's still like.
But he's still the thing is that he still remembers her. Like that's the thing.
For some reason, sometimes he does. He sees my face and he won't know that it's me. But in his mind, like all he remembers is he has a daughter her name is Regina, and that's all that matters.
And he'll smile when he sees her and stuff. And it's just the thing, like when he sees, like, today he saw us. We're here actually at the place he's staying because he was living with us. You know, I used to kind of briefly tell you the story. He was living with us in our house. Unfortunately, there was some complications with his illness. He was just on his own world, you know. He thought he was still in 1985, you know, and he wanted to move to Sweden, and he wanted to do this, and he wanted to travel.
For his own security.
Exactly. For his own security, we were like, you know what? We can't do this, because there was times where it was just hard for us to keep him.
Yeah. The house like at 3 a.m. and with 2 kids, like Ian was what, a year old, and Camille was 3, and it was just hard because they get into this stage that they don't know they're sick, they don't want to know they're sick, and they still want to do their life. And then it's hard because they're not, like, they don't have controls over their mind, and they want to go out. Like my dad, he used to go out, and even if the light was red, he will cross the street like that, like thinking that everything was fine, like little things like that.
The morning that he left our house, or the night he left our house, you know, just to briefly, like I say, it was personally a personal blog, but the morning the day he left our house, it was like around 5 o'clock at night. He left. We were fine with him leaving because we knew that he still can't remember how to get from the house to the place and come back. But that day he didn't come back home, and I was out and about at 3 in the morning looking for him. It was Friday, and then he came Saturday. We didn't see him a whole day Saturday. We were freaking out what was going on.
We had to call the police.
We called the police. Then Sunday came, we didn't see him, and we were like, you know, we were starting to think the worst, because a week before that he left, there was a gentleman that had the same illness. He disappeared, and unfortunately they found him dead. So we were starting to panic, like, what's going on? Like, this is not right. And thankfully somebody found him, and they brought him to this residency. You see here behind us, this nursery home.
It was an angel.
Seriously, his name.
It was an angel.
I'm not gonna say his name because, you know, for private reasons, but he found him. Yeah, he found him walking on the highway. Think of your highway wherever you live. He found a 78-year-old man walking on the highway at 3 in the morning, and when he stopped by, he was like, what the heck is going on with this guy? He asked the guy, hey, why are you walking? He goes, oh, I need to get to Coruña. I need to walk because I need to do some things. And he was like, my man, it's 3 in the morning. You should be home. No, it's fine. I know what I'm doing. And the guy noticed that he was out of it, so he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take you with me. And he brought him to this place. And I don't want to make a long story, but technically this place is really hard to get in. Yeah. But you know, God moved his hand, and he was able to put the gentleman here because it's in the same town we live in, the same city we live in. 7 minutes drive from home. And, or 10-minute walk. And not only that, my wife was able to get like a position here, working as a you know, with here working with the legal department here of you know, putting people in and whatnot, and here in the residency. And so she's able to see her dad as well. So again, you guys, I know it's difficult. I know for my wife it's difficult for her to see her dad go through that. I know it will be. I know it's difficult for me. He's not my dad. He's my father-in-law, but it's still difficult for me to see him there. And today when I saw him, he saw me, and he couldn't remember who I was. It was just a little bit hard, just because, you know, I do have some good memories with him, and you know, I always found a way how to make him laugh. And one good thing that I remember today when we left was I told him, if you go to sleep today, don't snore too loud or you're gonna wake the person next to you. And he cracked a smile, and it was just like, that was just really good. It made me feel good because it was like, you know, like he still has that sense of humor. And he kind of, maybe deep inside, he probably does remember who I am, or maybe he's you know, kind of got his memory.
Hard.
You know?
It's hard, like, to know what they're thinking or what they're feeling, because my dad's already losing his ability to talk. Like, he doesn't talk that much anymore. All he does is just stare at you. So it's really hard to
communicate,
and try to see what their emotion is, because you don't know what's going on. Like dementia, they're losing their brains are dying, but you really don't know what's going on inside them. And it's hard.
You know what the hard part about everything is that there's no cure for this illness. And it's just hard, you know. It's like, I wish there was a cure. Just like cancer, a bunch of other things that are just no cure for it. It's just hard, you guys. So we're gonna link in the description, you know, any charity that's, you know, that they are trying to find a cure for dementia or Alzheimer or any kind of mental illness. We're gonna put it in the description so you guys can donate to them also. We're gonna be donating also as well. We want to get involved. It just hit us really close to home, seeing her dad go through that, and just, you know, seeing my wife being really strong with this. it's just amazing, because I know it's hard to see your father and like that. But if you guys are watching this and you have a family member who's, you know, who has a mental illness, whatever it be the illness, you know, just be strong,
be patient,
surround yourself with the people that are going to support you, and that you know are going to be there with you, because you're going to have some hard times emotionally, you know, physically sometimes, you know, and it's just all like internal, you know. And sometimes,
don't try to understand what's going on, just go with the flow, because if you're trying to understand what's going on in their mind, you're gonna have a hard time. Just try to go with the flow, give them support, give them love. That's all what they need. 100%. Sometimes just a hug, kids is enough for them to feel that their loved ones are there for them to support them going through this stage.
Exactly.
That's it.
So again, you guys, it was just we wanted to just make a little bit of a personal vlog. I asked my wife if she wanted to do it. She was okay with it. I said, you know, babe, just do something, because it's an issue that's like really going around the world. We see a lot of people here. European here is like more than 400 people, more than 400 men and women living here that have that illness, and it's just like it's hard to see that, you know. So again, you guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys understand that, you know, it's a really personal issue, and if you're going through that, you know, stay strong, you know, surround yourself with supportive people, and you will get through it. And we're gonna link in the description, you know, the organizations, the charities that are looking for a cure to you know, to maybe in the future cure this, you know, and so maybe that we don't have to deal with this in the future, or our grandkids or great grandkids have to deal with this illness, because it's terrible. And so I mean, I just want to leave it at that. And again, if you guys are dealing with that stuff, stay strong. You know, you're gonna get through it. Just be supportive, be there for that family member, surround yourself with people that are gonna support you. And again, I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? Don't forget to leave it a like, a thumbs up, and
any comments, please?
Comments, yeah. If you have a family member or anybody that you know you has that illness, hey, leave us in the comment. You know, we'll support you, and we'll keep you guys in prayer too, you know, for whatever you guys are going through. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Bye.